Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, welcome, everybody. We are maybe experiencing an issue, possibly. Hey, what? James Young's in here. My chat's not popping up. There we go. Okay, it was lagging. Welcome, James. Welcome, Victor. We'll be doing a schnauzer, hopefully 30-second one. We'll try that here in a minute. Let people filter in. I'm not sure where the Fantasy Treatment Network was in theirs, but they were pretty close to being done, I believe. I think they're like around 15 ish. Thanks for showing up, Candyman. Uh, Before we get started, talk a little bit about Jerry Jeudy. Like, so Jerry Jeudy was a big winner. Welcome, Scott. He was a big winner in the draft. Like, they didn't get Travis Hunter. They Like, in my opinion, they didn't really draft anybody that's going to compete with Joe Flacco, at least for the first half of the season. Like, maybe late in the season, they throw some of the guys out there, and maybe then it doesn't look great for the playoffs. But we're getting Jerry Jeudy in round 6 or 7, right? And if you look at what happened last year, like, he didn't do much until like week 9. Well, that was his first year with Kevin Stefanski. So, with So week 8, he had, this is full PPR, so it just over 10 points in half PPR. But from week 9 on, he pretty much had usable weeks with two big spikes, a 40-point week, a 26-point week, and then two more 20-point weeks and a 17 in here. So, you take a couple points off of each one for half point. Those are very usable weeks with a couple monsters in there. And that was not with somebody as like Jameis will throw the ball, like he'll launch it, right? Joe Flacco will do the same thing. That's what he done when he was at Cleveland before. Something that I heard in a broadcast, which made a lot of sense, was Kevin Stefanski basically would not allow Jerry Jeudy to run certain routes. I'm not positive that that's true, but it makes sense because he had like you tried to juke too much and everything. They were putting him in situations that his skill set was good for, and that's when things started working out. Whenever they basically limited his route tree, maybe he improves this year on that, but like for fantasy production, this is perfectly awesome. But anyway, thank you, Fantasy Dog, for showing up. I am going to enter a 30-second schnauzer in 10 seconds. And if we're waiting on a lot of people, we'll probably just kick over to the 20 seconds because I waited for, well, somebody just filled the contest. We'll sit here for a minute, see what happens. So something else with Jeudy, he wide receiver 15 here. He had a wide receiver 4 week, wide receiver 1 week, and then a bunch around 20 at the end, right? 21, 16, 17, 22. What up, Putt Daddy? Yeah, I think we're going to have to back out of this. And I don't know. It's kind of filling. We're trying to do a 30-second schnauzer. So while we're waiting, I'll make a poll. Sorry if I'm not talking much here. Yeah, so those were with Jameis. And when Joe Flacco was on the Browns, like he was kind of doing the same thing Jameis Winston does, just with he got a little more lucky, right? And in that style of offense, Jerry Jeudy was doing very good. So I personally like it. down to 8 people. I will bring this up. All right, I'm going to go ahead and back out. I would, and then enter a 20-second, and I'll be entering the 20-second in 10 seconds. And then 4 more to start now. That should be fine. We should get a couple people in. The Mike Clay projections, which are usually not very high numbers, and I mean, we don't have all the information we need. They have, with Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel as the starters, not even with Joe Flacco as the starter, they still have Jerry Jeudy at 1,042 yards. Only 3 touchdowns, but 1,042 yards and 81 receptions. That's something I'm willing to bet on. Like, if that's what I get. Oh, are you were you the last one in the other lobby, or are you in the Fanspeak lobby? Fantasy Dog. Fantasy Dog is at the 3 hole. I'm at the 11 hole. Yeah, whenever I entered the 30-second one, it instantly locked. Um, I'm familiar with that name. So, yeah, I just think that Jerry Jeudy right now, like, yes, their offense isn't great. It's probably not going to be great. But Joe Flacco is a serviceable NFL quarterback. He he probably won't play the whole season, but if he plays the beginning of the season, yeah, I think you'll get a bunch of usable weeks from Jerry Jeudy. And even if it's a rookie late like Gabriel or Shador or something, like, that's not going to be much different than like Jacoby Myers from last year. And Jacoby Myers was a very fine pick, where like, and would have been if he was going where he is now, right? And that's Jerry Jeudy goes just slightly above that, but we've seen Jeudy have the monster weeks as well. It takes some getting used to doing 2 different ones. And what BBG and everybody says, like, the tools 100% assist when you're doing multiple drafts. So I don't really get much. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take Nico. I was hoping Genty fell because I don't like taking him over these wide receivers very often. So, and there goes BTJ probably. Yeah, I'm really liking these changes the underdog has made. Oh, we did not. I'll take Nico and BTJ. That sounds good. Divisional correlation feels nice. Um, so yeah, but these changes the underdogs made to where if you queue up, it doesn't count negative towards the plane, but like 2 autos put you on the plane. It's such a great change. And I think my new strategy is going to be like, obviously, I'm not going to have 0 Saquon. I have 0 right now, but I'll end with like 3% or something. I think I'm going to try to split my extra percentage of Saquon between CeeDee Lamb and Jefferson. I think I'm going to try to get, the more I think about it, the more I kind of like CeeDee Lamb. Um, I mean, I didn't mind him at his ADP when I thought that Golden was going to go there or Tet. And they added nobody. They didn't even add a running back, which we all expected as well. So and they also got an offensive lineman in the first round, which is just going to allow Dak to have more time to find CD and more give CD more time to work downfield. So like I wouldn't be opposed to if anybody likes CD over Jefferson or like. And it was just 2 years ago. CD Lamb put up the same season Jamar Chase did last year, right? So if we go to CD Lamb, I think he had 400-ish points 2 years ago in 2023. A Hawk. Yeah, I don't have it on the total points, but like just look at this. Like 41, 28, 39, 16, 17, 32. Like just all those 30s and 40s. Like that was 2 years ago. Like that's basically what Jamar Chase did last year. Jamar, like they were separated by less than 10 points. Jamar Chase's last year and CD's 2 years ago. So if Dak stays healthy and he has less target competition, like he should absolutely smash this season. Now, their offense probably isn't going to be as good as a whole. Like that is true as well, because that offense was pretty legit 2 years ago. So you do have to worry about that some. Well, I'm gonna guess that this guy on the end who took Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry isn't going to take. We'll go ahead and go Rashid Rice here. I'm gonna guess he's not a. I was gonna say a Rashid Rice guy. I was hoping Adams came to me. He's gonna go four running backs, isn't he? I bet he goes four running backs. He did not. He took. Do I want? Do I want to take Hampton here? I think I'll take Hampton. Yeah, I'll take Hampton. I'm fine with Hampton at this price. Is Clay worried about the injury to have Rice behind Worthy in Hollywood? He had. I'm assuming he just. I have no idea. Like, but he only had Rice projected for 10 games. And with those 10 games, I think he had 600 yards, which felt very low still. Yeah, he has them projected 10 games, 62, 694, and 5, which that's 5 less games than Hollywood and only like 100 yards less. So if you project that out all the way, like what would that be? That'd be you put another 5 games in there. That's another 350 yards. So a little over 1,000 and 7 touchdowns, which would put him as like a top 20 wide receiver in those projections. Bengals beat writer quote today mentioning the team wants to rely less on Chase Brown in an every down role, like they had to shut down. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if that wasn't going to be the case. Like I've definitely brought up Chase Brown a little bit, and even if he only gets a partial work, like let's say it's a 65-35, which I could see that being a thing. Um, like I think I'm still fine with Chase Brown, at least in the middle of the third. Like that's an offense I just want to bet on. I'm not gonna fade him. Like whatever Chase Brown's ADP is, I don't think I'm gonna fully fade it. Like whatever the market's gonna have it at, I'm gonna have some shares because I want I don't want to be underweight any of the pieces of the Bengals offense myself. And I'm waiting for with back to that, like I'm kind of waiting for rookie stuff for Brooks. Like in this contest, the Schnauzer, I could see tacking on a Brooks late, like because of the time box element, right? But and Zach Moss is also one of those you could probably take once or twice out of your 20 drafts. I bet Rice plays more games than Hollywood this year. I could see that as well. Um, like I don't think I think at most Rasheed Rice will miss like the first two games. This is just me projecting, like no information, but I'm gonna guess that he's gonna be healthy enough to at minimum or at maximum miss two games. I'm gonna say he starts, and there still hasn't been any information about the trial. And if that trial doesn't start by the beginning of the season, like maybe he's mentally distracted, but like that's fine. Like as long as he's out there, I think he's fine. Do I well I don't love Jalen Waddle. I haven't taken him yet. We'll take him here. And we'll take one of these running backs. I think I have all AFC things going on. I'm going to go ahead and take Chuba here. I think James Conner is one of the best clicks on the board myself. Um, but we went ahead and took Chuba through 6 rounds, got Nico Collins, Brian Thomas, Rasheed Rice, Omarion Hampton, Jalen Waddle, Chuba Hubbard. I like it. I don't. I don't expect to get Hollywood or Mahomes back, but the worthy drafter is on the inside of me, so I might be able to get him all the way to 83. Like logic would dictate that I do. We'll see what happens in this draft room. I This Chuba pick here makes me wish I would have taken Tet there instead. Like, I was debating between Tet went at 54, Jameer Gibbs, AJ Brown, Josh Jacobs, Travis Hunter, Tet, Ricky Pearsall. Kaiser Hogg is cooking. He is absolutely cooking. Yeah, I was debating between Hampton and Tet and Hunter, honestly, because I had BTJ. And he gets both of those all the way down here. That is fantastic. Fantasy Dog in the 3 hole has Saquon, Ladd, Josh Allen, Jamo, Sutton, James Conner. That's a really solid team. I've been doing a bunch because I haven't been working at all. I'm probably gonna slow down next week. I I think I've got 24 drafts in or something. Not anything that's like a ludicrous amount, but it's still a lot considering that it's 4 days in, or this is day 4. Um, I don't plan on doing a ton of BBM myself. I've done 3 of them. I I basically just want to do several BBMs right now, like a reasonable amount of them to get the Rasheed Rice value. I believe Rasheed Rice is an absolute value right now. I could be wrong, but I do believe that taking chances in a structure like BBM when you're against, a bunch of different teams and you have those high variance weeks with one of 13 and one of 16, I think you're going to need to get some value at some point in the draft. Like, I think that it's not going to be, I'm not saying it's required, but it's going to help tremendously. So I think right now all I'm doing is attacking spots. I think the market's wrong. We got Patrick Mahomes back. We'll go ahead and take him. Switch over to ADP. I don't really like Luther Burden at his ADP right now. I could go with the team stack of Jonu, but all of the tight ends fall like crazy. So I am going to go ahead and take Luther Burden. I did 4 BBMs day one, and now I'm drafting the other contest and DK. Got it. Yeah, I've done 3 BBMs and I got two rice shares. Uh, so I'm pretty happy about that. Uh, I did the very first one I done was the day it dropped. I waited and did it on stream. It was a okay team. It was a pretty decent team, but I I haven't got a cheap like RJ Harvey. Like that was kind of the goal day one is to get some cheap RJ Harvey. I got 3 shares in the 80s, I think. Welcome disbanded. Yeah, so I DeAndre Swift is coming up very fast. Like I don't think they're like I think that he's a winner right now, but I would not be surprised to see them make some kind of move. Like I don't I'm definitely not pulling them up that far myself. If they don't add anybody, and I mean it depends on what kind of person they add too, right? Like if they bring in Charbonnet, like Swift's role is still absolutely there. I like saving money for maxing the time box contest. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of the approach I'm going to do. I'll do 20, 25, maybe 30 BBMs or something. But I'm kind of going to do the I'm probably going to max the eliminator. The more I looked into the math of the tournament, like it doesn't feel great. Welcome Gamble. 6 BBM so far. 2 were auto drafted with oh. Did you try to auto on purpose or did you sign up and like fall asleep or something? Yeah, you're pretty big on Swift, right, Candyman? I'm waiting for the schedule to drop before I start drafting BBM teams. I just wanted to get a couple of them in right now because I mean the ADPs that are right here will never be the ADPs again, right? So there are several places where I think that the market is very wrong, and those players are like the only players I'm drafting right now, like Pacheco, Brian Robinson, Swift. Um, I guess I take Jordan Mason here. Yeah, we'll take Jordan Mason. And I haven't clicked. We'll try to push. Where did Higgins go? Jaden Higgins goes here, so I won't be able to push him all the way back around. Probably. This is pretty late for. Well, I might just go ahead and take my boy. I could just take him. I think. Yeah, we'll take Trey Harris there. Um, I have 3 quarterback options to come back around to me now. So the goal on the next end is to do that. Get 2 upside rookies there with Nico, BTJ, Rasheed Rice, and Waddle, and then Burden and Trey Harris. So I have a lot of upside at wide receiver right now. And I still have Hampton, Chuba, and Mixon. So hopefully one of those quarterbacks come back. I'm going to guess that Kaiser Hog here ends up taking Trevor Lawrence at 126. And I'm going to guess that this drafter takes CJ Stroud right here. What else do they have going on? No, they'll probably go with Geno Smith. They have the double there. So I might be good. I would love to get CJ Stroud all the way back. If the Bears do nothing, I'd probably draft Swift over Montgomery. Yeah, if they end up doing nothing, then this is the most wrong price. And I'm willing to take him kind of like where he went isn't like an awful spot. Now, if they add, and even if they add somebody like as the pass catching back in that offense, like I think Ben Johnson pretty much told us they want to pass the ball, right? So if they're going to pass the ball, and he's probably going to be the pass catching back, unless they traded for like Travis Etienne or something. One, I fell asleep. One, I rage quit after I had Evan Godwin and the guy double tapped to Buka Baker in the 70s. Nice. I don't think I would ever rage quit a BBM. I myself, I would be like, I guess I'm not doing that. What's your take on drafting players way past their ADP versus team structure? I struggle with that when I have a value click. You have to make sure you have an out in the like the I like taking the value always, but if you have no possible out, like all three of these quarterbacks are going to go, and it's going to put me in a bind here. But if you have a possible out later, like I think it's fine to just take the ADP. So, but you have to, and it also depends. Like if all of the, well, I got Stroud back, and Drake May is there still. I'll go ahead and just take Stroud. So I'll go over that here in a minute. Um, Running backs available, wide receivers. What pick are we at? Okay, that's too early. I'll just take Ferguson here. So, like with this team, if the value was a wide receiver, like I was in a pretty good spot because I have running backs, but if I only had two running backs there and I had six wide receivers, a tight end, like if one of those running backs was a tight end, and the value was a wide receiver for my seventh wide receiver, I would probably go ahead and not take the value in that situation. But it also depends on what players you like at what cost. Like there's a couple running backs I really like that go at like 160, 170. So I feel like I can usually push them a little more. Take the Bears running back you think is most likely to be on the field week 17. Simple. Right. Yeah, that is simple. I rage fell asleep. I don't know if I helped Tony, but like it's a very complex question because it depends on what your team is, what your needs are, and what's left on the board, and how much value there is, right? Hey, welcome Hartman. For all those who are just showing up, please smash the like. And if you enjoy the content and you are not already, please subscribe. The Bears running back, most likely to be on the field week 17, probably isn't on the team currently. Okay. Yeah. Like, you have to like build your roster construction. And as long as you have outs to having a solid roster construction, like with this, it then the capital that was invested, like because I invested a first, second, third, fifth, and eighth round pick at wide receiver, and then also a 10th. Like if I had the falling value again at wide receiver, like if somebody felt a round and a half at wide receiver, but I there was a running back that kind of makes my team better, or a stack or correlated, I probably go ahead and take that running back. All right, let's look. Yeah, the guy who passed. I think this guy, he doesn't have a badge, but what he's doing makes a lot of sense. Uh, I was kind of expecting him to take. He probably takes Geno here. Um, but he had Jaden Higgins, but he passed C.J. Stroud because Drake May was a value. I almost just took Drake May, and I would have actually if Fantasy Dog didn't take Kyle Williams there, I would have just taken Kyle Williams at 131 and passed the stack around. And if this guy took Drake May, I would have taken Drake May, or I would have taken Stroud because he wasn't going to take Stroud and Drake May. So that's what I was looking for whenever I went to the unit or to the unit. I went to the unit. Whenever I came here and looked, that's what I was looking for. And if Noel makes it, I'll definitely take him. But looking up, like if you're at the 2 or 3 hole on either side, watching what's going on the inside of you helps out tremendously. Like you can apply pressure based on looking at what they're doing, and that's something I use pretty often. What if Ben Johnson gives fellow countryman Roshan Johnson a real shot? Hey, welcome, Steve. Yeah, they the first sibling showdown on a Thursday this because I think they did a special episode Monday. I believe they did. If you are not already, Steve is part of Fanspeak Network. They put out really good content. They're getting ready to have a best ball website and all that. I think that's underway right now. If you're interested, go check them out. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take Jalen Noel. I'll be okay. I thought about taking Adam Thielen and then Bryce Young as a third quarterback, but I do kind of need to rein in my running backs a little more. 158. Took Austin Eckler. Did he take both running backs I was looking at? Maybe not. Yeah, Tyler Algier is a pretty good pick here. I'll go ahead and just take Algier. For some reason, I was thinking I seen Trey Benson still available, and that's somebody I haven't got to yet, and I need to get to more. I was probably actually going to take Austin Eckler here, so that's a great pick. Yeah, Fanspeak Network is great. Yeah, we did an episode Monday at launch. Thursday will be your main day, but you'll be doing shows on some other days as well. Yep. Hey, anytime, man. I really enjoy their stuff, so they were actually doing an episode right before I started. So I actually had to leave to get mine started. Um, Tua Tua's basically free anymore. It's pretty nice. Absolutely. Like so I'm gonna have to borrow somebody at some point because I use Streamlabs and everybody else uses StreamYard. And I think it's a little different on Streamlabs. And I'm going to have to like figure out how to get guests on here for sure. Like, because it's something I definitely want to do. Drafting with friends is better. I love the Austin Eckler click. Great chaperone for rookie running backs and underrated stack with Jaden Daniels. Absolutely, yeah. It's his run out was so good from the draft. Like it's such a good pick. I don't. I mean, for Jaden Daniels, like it's fantastic because, well, before the draft, you couldn't really get Terry McLaurin with Jaden Daniels very easy. So he was one of my like I just take him and Ertz on like all of my Jaden Daniels teams, and I didn't know if it was going to be a good strategy because I thought that they would bring in a running back. It was 50-50 because they didn't have a lot of draft picks, but their run out, him, Brian Robinson, fantastic run out for sure. And his ADP is still like 175 or something, and it should not be. It should his ADP to me should be up here with like Ray Davis, Trey Benson, Rashad White. Uh, why did I don't know what I just did, Hartman. I deleted your message by accident. Sorry. These fingers aren't so nimble. Yeah, Eckler is so nice with his current ADP, good floor, upside, able to stack with Jaden, and even alone, it's a piece of a top 10 off. Absolutely, yes. All of those fair points. Mason Taylor, Kaiser Hogg is cooking. Like he got the Travis Hunter and then the huge fall on Tet. I have not seen Tet go this far since the big board. Like just absolutely cooking. Then he gets the Mason Taylor stack. I possibly would have taken Mason Taylor with my next pick. I need two more tight ends and another running back at some point. I'm going to take him if he's available. I don't know that this is even a good click right now, but I know that Kansas City all offseason was talking about how they wanted. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take him. A team correlation stack. This is a time box tournament. Um, he, if Brashard Smith does make the team, and I believe he will, it is another pass catching option for Patrick Mahomes. And now I need to kind of look here at tight end. I could take a third pass catching option for them. Not really worry about ADP. I'll definitely be taking a third tight end and probably another running back. Okay, got it. So I wasn't involved. I missed it. It's all good. Alec Iomanner is somebody I wouldn't be clicking anymore. I was kind of into him in the big board purely because of his projected draft capital, and well, he didn't get that draft capital, so it doesn't look great. He does have a really good situation though. Like the situation he's going to is fantastic. So, but it's all like it's fantastic because he has opportunity, but he might also just be a sacrificial X. Um, is Tyler still in here? Like Tyler is going live with PPR Tyler and Bestball Guy for the Typhel Tower here. I believe it's either it might be in an hour and a half. I can't remember what time they said. It's either in it's either at 6 p.m. Central or 5 p.m. Central. I cannot remember. If anybody knows, you can go ahead and type it in the chat. Um, if it's at 5, okay, it's at 6 Central. All right, well then I will most likely be doing another draft after this one if you all want. We got Anthony Richardson is a pick that I've been trying to make at 170, but somebody always gets there before I do. Let's look at these tight ends. I have two okay veterans here. I'm probably going to try to bring in some rookie upside in Ferguson if he doesn't go by my pick. And if not, I'll probably take Tyler Conklin. Yeah. And as far as running backs here, I really like Shipley and Marshawn Lloyd and Jarquez Hunter. I will on this team. I mean, I guess Woody Marks makes sense too. I don't like Woody Marks as a prospect, but he probably has a role now, right? Stay away. I'm out on Io Manor as well. Just think he's more of a long-term prospect. I can see DK. I've taken DK a few times actually in this tournament, so I agree. Okay, so Typhon Tower is in 20 minutes. We get Tyler Conklin. It is hard for me to like the Woody Marks pick. Got, I think, I don't think I've taken him though, and I do have a CJ Stroud stack here. Like, I did not like his profile at all, but it doesn't matter what I think of the profile. It matters what the coaches think of the profile. Woody Marks and Jaden Blue gets who stink, but yeah, exactly. It's all landing spot. Interesting that Io Manor is getting drafted around 16 and DK goes undrafted. Yes, very interesting. I'm actually just going to take Marshawn Lloyd. Um, that's an offense. Like, if Josh Jacobs goes down, Marshawn Lloyd is most likely going to have a role and a big role. He missed a lot of time last year, but all the time he missed was pretty random. Like, it was all non-football related stuff. I'm in on Golden as well. Woody Marks could be a good click with Mixon's age and injury history. Yeah, the reason I decided not to take him, and I'm not saying it's correct, is because I already had three pass catchers on the Texans. I have the tight end, I have Noel, and I have Nico. So, yes, this would have been out of the running back spot. So it's a little different, but I think adding a little team diversity makes a little sense. Not narrowing my options as much. Like, I did a draft earlier where I took 5 Chiefs because I have to get a homer draft in here and there. It was the first time I landed Rice Worthy Mahomes. So I celebrated landing Rice Worthy Mahomes by then taking Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, and then somebody sniped me 2 rounds early on Brashard Smith. So that's part of the reason I took Smith here is because I missed out on Mahomes, Brashard earlier. And those are actually the only 2 Mahomes stacks I have so far. 2 rounds later, it won't be 100% owned. Yeah, and this is probably a time box tournament. Yeah, I think the consensus, at least around this group, is that Lloyd is the play. Because like he ended up, it was something weird like appendicitis or something. Like he got healthy from something, came back. He was getting ready to come back and ended up with like a appendicitis or something. Didn't he have to have his did he have to have his appendix removed or something? Like something kind of crazy non-football related happened. I cannot remember what it was. I'm sure Steve will remember if Steve would like to help me out. I think people are viewing DK as a big special teams addition. unless it's wide receiver threat. The only thing I know is that the Titans drafted DK a round before they drafted Io Manor. And that to me speaks volumes. Okay, I am correct on that. Yeah, yeah, and Watson's hamstring was fine, right? It was the other thing. So like he ended up being out because of that. So it was just kind of a brutal run out for him as a player. Everybody loved him going into last year. We know Matt LaFleur likes to run the ball. Like they ran the ball a bunch. I'm kind of curious what Mike Clay has projected here. I'm sure Jacobs a ton. Yeah, Jacobs 1,152 yards, but Marshawn Lloyd still 436. Like for somebody who this is essentially their rookie year, 436 and 3. If I get that exact thing in this round and one of the like 2 of those weeks with the 3 touchdowns is like a 60-yard game, like I'm pretty happy with that pick. Thoughts on the Panthers secondary receivers? Did Coker fall off the face of the earth? I don't know. I do not know what to do. I think you just, if you're in on Bryce Young, I think you just want to mix in all combinations, right? Like you want to take, like Thielen's my favorite of that group for sure. But then between Coker and Leggett, I think you want to mix in a little Coker and a little Leggett. Coker's a lot more free than Leggett, though. Easy argument for Lloyd arbitrage over Benson or Corum. Yeah, Benson had a. What did he end up doing last year? It wasn't much. He had 291 rushing yards and 1 touchdown, and then 59 receiving yards and 6 catches. Yeah, 6. Oh, so 6 targets, 6 catches. So, like, the one thing we know about Arizona is they love James Conner. They absolutely love James Conner. Like they. So, we'll go over the team. Got a 2-6-7-3. Patrick Mahomes, C.J. Stroud, Omarion Hampton, Chuba Hubbard, Jordan Mason, Tyler Algier, Brashard Smith, Marshawn Lloyd, Nico Collins, Brian Thomas, Rasheed Rice, Jalen Waddle, Luther Burden, Trey Harris, Jalen Knoll. Might be too many rookies, but who knows? I don't know. Jake Ferguson, Dalton Schultz, Terrence Ferguson. But anyway, we'll go over Fantasy Dog's team since we have a little bit more time. See what he done. I know he stole my Kyle Williams. He got Josh Allen, Anthony Richardson, Jalen Milroe. Talk about spike weeks at quarterback. Like, that's an interesting approach. I probably don't take a Milroe on a Josh Allen team, but I'm not saying it's wrong. Like, Milroe could be the guy you need to spike in week 16 to get Josh Allen to 17, right? Saquon, Connor, Stevenson, Davis, Roshan. Roshan is like at price. I think Roshan's a great pick right now. Ladd McConkey, JMO, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Kyle Williams, Josh Palmer, Alec Pierce, Torrey Horton, Mark Andrews, Jonnu Smith. Very solid team. I like it. Yeah, I see. I have I think I was like 17% James Conner or something before this draft. A lot of Coker, never Leggett. Thad weighs in. We have a verdict. Thad gave his verdict. DK, Thornton, or Arian Smith? Who do you think? It's DK. For several reasons. Number one, Arian Smith is the classic case. I heard today that around the league, everybody in the league was kind of out on Arian Smith going in the third round. I believe it was the third round. Uh, let me find it. Google dogs. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to look up dog pictures. Why? Oh, it's Sheets. Sorry for the white mode. I don't know why it does that. So yeah, DK went here. Arian Smith went in the fourth. That's what it was. But nobody else, everybody thought that he was going to be at most a sixth round pick. So if the rest of the NFL was that out on him, I don't know what I think. I'm probably not into that one. DK actually had some reasonable pop in his game. So, and Thornton, he's probably fine, but Trey Tucker is much more competition than anything DK has to worry about. I'm much more worried about Trey Tucker in that same role than I am with Traylon Burks, who's got I think he has an ACL tear. I know he's hurt enough he's not going to play. And Tyler Lockett does not worry me, right? So I'm definitely more into DK than the other two. All right. Hey, what's up, Crossface? Crossface wasn't in this draft, so I was allowed to get a rookie or two. Thank you for not showing up earlier. Thornton could have some spike week potential, but he needs to supplant Tucker. Yeah, I hadn't read that yet, but that is exactly what I said. All three were early fourth. Yeah, they all three went in the fourth, but the other teams in the NFL had a better grade on DK and Thornton, supposedly, than they did on, I think it was, yeah, it was on Pro Football Focus today. I listened to they're doing a breakdown week to week, each division, and they went with the East, or the AFC, NFC East today. And on that one, they were saying that a lot of the NFL didn't really have Arian Smith that high. And maybe they're wrong. Maybe the Jets knew something, but I'm just a lot more into DK. DK was somebody who I was willing to click in the big board as well. So, all right. Well, anyway, everybody, I'm about to be done. If you are not already, go subscribe to Typhel Tower. If you can't find that, go to Bestball Guy's channel, and in his comments of the video he posted today, there's a link to that, and that'll be Bestball Guy, PPR Tyler, and Emo Cowboy, and they go live in 5 minutes. So take care, everybody. I'll be back Monday. Might end up doing one when I get home from work on Sunday night. That'll all depend on how I feel. Take care. See y'all later.